This episode of the Savage Snowflake podcast is brought to you by Boundless Technology. Boundless Technology strives to advance in the cannabis industry by creating innovative products with portability and stealth in mind. Aiming to deliver an affordable, efficient and straightforward experience for the consumer, Boundless offers an alternative to the traditional joint or water pipe. Enjoy the taste, smells and effects of cannabis at lower vaporization temperatures with Boundless Technology products. Use coupon code SAVAGE for 10% off all Boundless Technology products at bndlstech.com. Follow Boundless on all social media at bndlstech. And if you want to show your support for the podcast, head to patreon.com/Savage Snowflake to donate as little as $1 a month. All right, savages, let's get to it.
I'll have to repeat what you said.
You can repeat what you just said. That's all right.
Well, then I know that you probably have some rap. You have your. If people don't know, he has this whole like garage band thing up where he is.
Audacity, that's the program we use. Yeah, it's a free program.
It's called Audacity, and you have the audacity to also be a white rapper. I think that's a good. I think that's a good name because how many SoundCloud rappers have this Audacity thing, and then they also
probably a few, yeah, or they're probably more likely on Ableton or Pro Tools or something like that if they're making music.
I don't know, but I feel like it's pretty wild.
And then you thought I had to have some rap somewhere in my past. I was in a punk band when I was a kid.
Well, punk's cooler than rap.
But I have, I did put me rapping up the other day on my Instagram.
Was it an old rap or was it you
like literally recorded the other day? Yeah.
But why? What brought you?
Because I like to rap sometimes. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel happy.
What do you rap about? What's the lyric? What are the lyrics
Stuff
about?
And life and things.
That was
me talking about social media and how it's like, is it really social media or is it a kind of antisocial interactions.
Did you say is it social media or anti-social media?
No, I didn't say it like an American. No, I said like an English anti. Yeah.
Anti,
like you're married to your uncle.
Anti,
yeah.
Well, people might
the Antichrist, not the Antichrist.
We called my aunts aunts.
We haven't even introduced you yet. This is the weirdest.
My children call me aunt. So
your children,
my kiddies, my nieces and nephews. They call me auntie instead of auntie.
All right, well, we're going to refer to you as Auntie Annie Lederman. That's who you're listening to, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Savage Snowflake podcast with me, Jeff Leach, father, mother, sister, brother, lover, protector, confidant, and studious employee.
Do you call yourself a mother because of your haircut, or?
Yeah, because I look a bit like a soccer mum in her 40s trying to, when she comes back and goes, I got a thing done.
Yeah.
Come and see mommy's here. And that's me.
See mommy's rap.
I'm leaving it. That's why. That's my target demographic is predominantly.
Is that true?
28 to 52-year-olds women. Housewives. Yeah,
because they like your rings.
Love it.
They like your jewelry.
Oh, they drink it up. Do
people ask where you buy it?
I'm strong. I look like I can put up a shelf. I'm very handy, very good with DIY. But then I've got the Fabio-esque hair. Yeah. Like I could embrace them on a majestic sailboat on the top of a crashing wave.
But what happens like if you cut your hair? You just become a normal person.
I'm like Samson. I'd lose all my power.
You think that it's
no comedy value anymore? Do you
ever man bun it?
No, I don't like man buns. I tie it as a little ponytail at the back of my head sometimes when I'm in the gym or something. But not like a pony. No, so I pull it back and then I tie it into a little knot at the back. But I don't have it up here like a fucking top knot.
And then they do like the little shaved under sometimes.
I don't do the shaved under or anything now. I just fucking tie it out my face sometimes.
I feel like it's like men's rights. Like you guys are like, we need to have our hair.
Yeah, why can't I? Why can't I man bun it?
Do you think that makeup is going to become a thing for guys?
It already is.
Yeah, but do you think it's going to be like mainstreamed? Like, no. I know there's like all these adorable little gay boys
I don't think we're
that are doing their makeup on YouTube.
I think exactly, and I think we're so like as gender fluid and gender queer as the world pretends like it is. I think the majority of men still have that Neanderthal masculinity that makes them just be like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not painting my face.
However, you guys fucking love Halloween.
Love Halloween.
Guys love Halloween. You always wear makeup. Wait, no, the 2 weeks after Halloween, you guys never
dress up as women.
Always.
They
always
love dressing up in I'm not going to deny dressing up in a skirt and a pair of fucking heels and stockings. Ooh, wow. Love it. Love it. Don't want to live my life that way, but yeah, I want to get a few nice photos.
Maybe you do. Maybe if it was acceptable, you would.
Men's legs look amazing.
But nobody like you should see their dicks. It's crazy, but I'm sure you have. But
they're not that nice looking. Dicks are the worst part.
Dicks are not good. Well, the balls are worse than the dick.
Balls are more offensive aesthetically.
Well, they're just so like the way the sack doesn't fit them. It's like the wrong size. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you think they should just be just perfect?
Maybe. I mean, that would be frightening too. It's all
Yeah, if they were too bunched up, you'd be a bit like, well, I mean, has he even got balls? What are these?
I haven't hooked up with anyone that old, but I just imagine how it just gets so much worse.
That's a lie. You've dated some pretty old guys.
No.
Kurt's oldish.
He's only 6-7 years older than me.
Yeah, but how old are you?
I've never dated I'm 35.
Yeah, so he's 4. Oh, okay.
He's
all right.
41.
Oh, okay.
No, he's
I thought he was
41.
older than that.
Oh, that's fucked up.
That's not fucked up. I just thought he was older.
But I just feel
41's quite young. That's quite still.
How old are you?
34.
Oh, you're 34.
34.
You're getting gray, dude.
Oh, yeah, I know. And a little bit in the front and half my beard.
It's going to go fast.
Yeah, I'm excited about this bit because when that grows all the way out, you're going to have a white strip down the front. How fucking cool is that?
I guess that's cool.
I'm getting my X-Man power. We've already established I'm a geek. You walked in, the first thing you said, Annie Lederman, nicest person in comedy. You walk in and go, oh, so you're a fucking geek.
It's funny to have it's just funny to have the bloody sci-fi-ish, but also the tits. It's just so funny. Do you jerk off to anime stuff?
I have definitely masturbated watching hentai yeah.
Did you have Jessica Rabbit in your country when you were little?
Yeah.
Did you get a boner for her?
Fuck yeah. Jessica Rabbit is every young man's probably first moment of arousal.
I used to go to my Quaker.
And probably a lot of women as well.
Yeah, for sure. I used to
wear
want to wear my hair over one eye, try to Jessica Rabbit it.
How did that work out?
I mean, I don't know. I was in 4th grade, so nobody really noticed.
Hopefully,
you don't want him to notice.
I think there's an awakening that every child goes through, and it's not sexual per se. It is 100% biologically sexual, but you don't know it's sexual. You just kind of go, oh my god, Jessica Rabbit. When I see her, I just feel like something, and I don't know what it is. She was definitely that for me.
I'm trying to think of who I had my first.
But I'm not going oh, I want to rip that red dress off and fucking pound her.
Well, I remember feeling so girl bonery for when my so-called life came out.
Do you remember Xena Warrior
I'm not going to say girl. I'm not a lesbian, so I would say boys. You had a crush on her because I always thought she read very lesbo to me.
Yeah, but I mean Xena Warrior Princess. Wow. And then they had a lesbian relationship.
Do you like to be physically dominated?
No, I'm quite dom in the bedroom, but I just like a strong woman. I think strong women are sexy.
Yeah.
It's when a strong woman like Xena can literally cut. How excited I am about Xena! Right, let me tell you the thing about Xena, Annie. Xena could cut her way through a swath of fucking enemies.
Yeah.
Bam, bam, bam. She killed 20 dudes, right?
She's like Girl Jack Bauer.
She's super fucking stacked, amazing, sick. But then afterwards, she'd take the fucking leather armor off and drop the cuirass, and then she'd climb into bed, and she just wants to get fucked by a man.
Yeah.
And that's what's super hot about
and sometimes
she's a tough boss-ass bitch, but then in the bedroom, she's happy to be a woman.
She was, I think, a very huge, lesbian.
Oh, she was definitely a lesbian character. At the end, or they suggested that her and her, her sort of Robin, her best character. What was her best friend called?
I don't remember.
Shit.
Was it a girl?
It was a girl, yeah, a little blonde girl. And that was her runaround. There was a lot of sexual chemistry between her and Hercules.
Yeah.
But then it turned out that her and, what was it, began with A? What was the girl's name? Fuck. Anyway, those two they had a lesbian scene. They had a kiss. I think it was one of the first lesbian kisses.
It was like Wild Things.
TV.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Naomi Campbell and
Neve Campbell and Denise Richards.
Fucking in the pool, and there's all champagne on the titties.
Yeah,
what a waste of champagne.
My friend and I mean, it depends on what you're trying to do.
That's the alcoholic in me going.
But if you're already drunk, you're already getting the puss, you don't need to get drunk.
Yeah, exactly.
You're already in it. You're already elbow deep in that.
Also, then you have to pay someone to put some more chlorine in the pool, clean it out.
But then Kevin Bacon was filming, remember? He was in the bushes. My friend and I we used to redo movie trailers and movie scenes, but with hot dogs in them before Seth Rogen came out with that Sausage Party. We had a thing called Sausage Party.
Okay.
And not saying he stole it, but you owe me money. But so we had a Neve Campbell and a Denise Richards, and Neve Campbell didn't have boobs; she just had nipples because she has flat chested compared to Denise. It's good.
I loved her little boobs.
Yeah,
I think I don't know. That was super fun. That I was definitely aware of the sexual nature of that point of my life. Do you know what I mean? Like Jessica Rabbit wasn't that. It wasn't two girls thrashing around in a pool.
I had a crush on my
Showgirls as well. The film Showgirls.
Oh yeah,
that's just straight up porn.
But did you watch Saved by the Bell before and see Jessie Spano, the girl who was in Showgirls?
Oh yeah. I used to watch her on Saved by the Bell. Yeah. She was.
So that was really shocking.
Yeah. Well, that was her trying to be like, look at me, I'm an adult actor now.
And now you'll always be that.
And it's like you're only
and forever you'll be that.
But wow, when the ice and the nipples, whew,
yeah,
it's amazing. And then there was the scene where the black guy fingered her and she was on a period.
Oh, I don't remember that.
That's pretty
wild.
fucking. That's pretty
Oh,
progressive.
in Fear when Mark Wahlberg fingered Reese Witherspoon.
Aspire to be better. Aspire to be better.
Yeah.
Every day, gotta throw the fingers in there.
So creepy.
That's what I do. I pray to Jesus.
I'm
pray to
so
Jesus for
uncomfortable when
forgiveness.
people do
I just throw some fingers
to
in.
my face.
Aspire to be better every day.
Do you see how uncomfortable I am?
What?
When
Listening to
people
Marky.
Yeah, when you do the
Aspire to be
impression.
better. His Instagram's amazing.
His is? I never look at it.
Amazing.
He's like putting Eliza Schlesinger and shit into movies now.
Really?
Yeah, he's on the scene, I guess. Or I don't know where she is at.
Well, he's hanging out with comedians.
I don't know.
How does he do that? He gets up at 4 a.m, works out, prays to Jesus. Then he does shit all day long.
Is he Jesus-y?
Super Jesus-y. He's
Really?
born again Christian, yeah.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah. Is it?
I don't know, I guess.
I bet he had more fun when he used to do coke and fuck hookers.
There's got to be a reason he did it, though, right? Like, there's something that wasn't working. Maybe he got molested.
Probably wasn't happy. Or
Maybe,
probably also wasn't happy. I've been in places where the party rock and roll lifestyle has just made me so miserable, and that's why I barely live that.
Yeah, you just dress it.
I didn't have to go some opposite end of the spectrum to get there. You know, I just went, maybe just stop drinking.
Yeah.
Maybe just don't.
Do you not drink?
A. Well, I can drink. I don't go out and get drunk all the time.
Right. I don't drink anymore.
And also, like, no class A's. I just smoke a little weed.
Yeah.
Great. Love that.
I do. I like to do hallucinogens and stuff. I like to do stuff that will like help me.
What's the trippiest experience you've ever had on mushrooms or acids?
I've had really good experiences on all of them. DMT has been the one that was like the most.
Never done DMT.
It's
I know
really
I know
great.
that's what's in,
It's
all of those drugs, but it's DMT. Saying the word DMT just makes me seem like you're smoking peyote or something like that.
It is like I feel like it is.
It's a bit cracky. It's a bit cracky.
Well, you have to smoke it out of a crack pipe.
Oh, then
Like a meth pipe.
Yeah, that's I've never smoked anything out of a crack
You
pipe.
feel like you're like I'm really leaning into this, and it tastes weird, like you've never tasted or smelled anything like it, and you have like flashbacks.
Super
of
synthetic.
It. No, I mean I think it's just from a thing.
Where did you take DMT?
I took it the first time I took it. I was like feeling all fucked up. It was like after the election and stuff. I'm like embarrassed that an election can affect me that much, but I was feeling like really fucked up about it. And
This is pretty recent then. What, a couple of years ago?
It was 2 years ago was the first time I did it. I would say. And so it was that November. I drove to Santa Fe. I used to live in Santa Fe. My best friend doesn't live there anymore, but she did live there on this farm in Espanola, which is kind of a bad
That's
town.
where you want to do DMT, on a farm.
But I'm driving out there and I'm going, this is going to be like, I felt so like weird. I felt so uncomfortable with just everything.
Concept of smoking out of a fucking
And so I said to them, I'm hanging out with her and her husband, and they're like ayahuasca people, you know?
Oh, I've never done that, but I'd like to try it.
But ayahuasca and DMT
have you
are
done
the same
ayahuasca?
thing. I've not done it. But so DMT is like a faster hit.
Sure.
And you do it for like 5 minutes.
And it's also less about the spiritual experience necessarily. It's more about the get the high.
No.
Whereas ayahuasca
There's
is
no
more
get the
about being
high.
very connected, right?
No, it's all very.
You don't get
trippy.
you don't get
It's
high
not
with
like
DMT?
a high. It's like you're in another universe.
Oh, you literally.
Oh, it's crazy.
Okay.
You blast off. You go somewhere.
What did you see?
First time I kept my eyes open, this was when I was in Santa Fe. My friend's husband, I was like, I want to do something like DMT or something. I feel like, and he's like, oh, I have some. And I was like, oh my God, we're like sitting in front of a fire in their farm. And I was like, this is perfect. So we went into this little alcove area and they had a bed there. So I sat on the bed and then they sat with me and they fed me this pipe, you know?
Yeah.
And I took maybe like 3 to 5 hits. I don't know, really deep hits. And then I kept
done it before.
I had never done it before.
That sounds like a lot.
Well, that's how much you have to take. You take as much as until you can't, but you like lose your sense of body and stuff.
Right.
So I kept my eyes open, which I think they don't recommend that, but I'm glad nobody told me not to do that because it was a pretty chill, cool experience. So everything kind of hardened. I saw this pendulum type thing, and then I saw everything became...
The pendulum of time.
Something, though. Maybe pendulum's the wrong word. I think pendulum's the wrong word. It wasn't like a tick-tock.
Oh, okay.
Tick. It was like
An obelisk.
medallion or something.
A medallion.
I don't know. It was just a lot. Everything was connected and
thinking of
squiggly.
Kurt's like hairy chest, and you're the medallion nestled in between it.
What does that? Let's leave Kurt. Let's leave
I'm just trying
Kurt
to
on
ruin your sex
sideline.
life forever. Okay. So go on. So there's this big medallion in the sky.
So no, I'm in this room. Everything hardened, so everything got geometrically shaped.
Okay.
In the whole room. So
Crisp,
I'm looking
really
at things
crisp
very
as well,
crisp. And the room I was looking, my friends were to my left, and then there's this bookshelf, and the rest of the room is to the right, and it was dark. And so to the right, everything was getting darker and darker. And I knew to not, I kept going, don't be scared. So then I just kept looking away from the darkness towards the light, which was behind my friends.
It's quite biblical, isn't it?
It was crazy.
Got a little religious iconography.
No, it was very religious because I felt behind them the light. I felt like a maternal, like a female vibe.
Mother
I thought
Earth.
maybe my grandmother. It felt like a female loving thing behind them, and then everything in the room kept getting darker and darker, and the light kept getting smaller behind them, and then everything was getting sucked up into the light. So I was watching objects get sucked up. I watched my friend's husband get sucked up, and then I watched her get sucked up one eye at a time, like stretched out. Like, and did you watch Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
You know, in the waiting room, like they're like stretched, like literally watching it get stretched up. And then my body got sucked up, and I kept trying to breathe, and I fell back. And that was just like this light, and I fell back, and I was trying to breathe and breathe and breathe, and then I didn't have to breathe anymore, and I just kind of fizzled out, and it was the best, and it felt like what death would be.
Do you think you died?
I do feel maybe like I died.
Because that sounds like the most generalized picture of what death would be like. Awesome. It sounds like death.
They say that it's the same chemical that's released in your brain when you do DMT that is released.
I wonder
in
what
your
the
brain.
French would call that. You know, they when you orgasm, the French word for orgasm is le petit mort,
the little death.
The little death.
Yeah.
I feel like this is like a bigger death.
Yeah, it's the real deal, I guess. But when I did acid once, and I got really horny, and I remember feeling that same sort of like orgasm-y, sort of like white light thing.
I had the first sex
Your
I've
first
had with
orgasm?
the CBD, first orgasm as well.
Congratulations.
First breast I had ever touched. I got to touch 2. Which was pretty exciting. I had sex with CBD lube for the first time.
Is that what you call her?
Last week, and it was like, hey, and it was that's a stripper name. She's a wrestler. She's a pro wrestler. CBD lube.
What did it?
CBD lube.
What did it do? Numb your dick?
It didn't make me lose any kind of a hard on. It made me more intensely hard.
Are you sure, or do you think?
No, 100%.
Were you jerking off?
No, I was having sex with a girl, and she was very happy.
Did you bang that girl that I met at the Comedy Store?
When did you meet a girl at the Comedy Store?
Your friend, she had your accent.
Oh, no, that's my friend. She's since childhood. Although she was I was the first guy she ever had a snog with, kissing with tongues, French kiss.
Oh, really?
I was the first guy to ever French kiss her.
I remember the first guy I kissed was Uncle Tim. I'm just kidding.
Hey.
No, it was this guy,
Uncle
Jonathan
Tim's ugly.
Biddle.
It was Uncle Steve. That's who everyone wanted to kiss.
Steve, Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. But I was this guy, Jonathan Biddle, was at my Quaker youth retreat.
Quaker? You were a Quaker?
Yeah, I was brought up Quaker.
All right, tell me a little bit about Quakerisms.
I don't know much. I was a
Quakerist-
lazy. It's a lazy religion.
Quakeristian Quakerism.
Quakerism.
Okay.
So it's a form of Christianity where they believe that God is in the form of an inner light, so that there's this inner light in God in everyone and everything. So they're pacifists.
Oh, that's cool. They sound
yeah,
alright.
it's sweet, but
they
it's
make
like,
fucking mean oats as well, right?
Yeah.
Is that honestly like a Quaker
I think
company?
I think that what's his name was a Quaker who's on the cover of it.
Yeah. Or are they like what's it called? Not Mormons. Who are the ones that
Churn butter.
the ones
Amish?
that, Amish people where they don't want technology. They would never have a big business like that because they're not.
Quakers are a little bit plain.
Okay.
But I don't think we never
Crocs,
churn butter.
like they wear
Everyone
Crocs and
always
stuff.
Everyone was a lesbian. Honestly, I have this memory. I went to this Quaker school. Kurt thinks this is the funniest story in the world. My dad cries laughing when I bring it up. But I went to this Quaker school, elementary school, and there were really not that many kids. It was in Philadelphia. It was called Green Street Friends School.
Yep.
And
Friends School.
Yeah, they're friends. That's what they're called.
Green Street Friends.
Quaker is the Society of Friends.
This sounds great.
Sounds molesty a little bit, but
every organized religion
but Quakerism,
has a little bit of
I have not heard of any
pedophilia.
diddling in Quakerism
Really?
yet.
Okay, that's good.
But there's a lot of lesbians and gay people because it's all about acceptance and there's God in everyone.
There's a lot of gay Quakers.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
So there's
you're literally breaking down every preconception I had about Quakerism.
Yeah, Quakerism's super chill. It's more like Unitarianism. It's pretty chill. I remember this guy used to come and he would wear his Jew garbs. He would wear his yarmulke and his Jew shawl. I don't know what those are called, but he would wear that there. I went to Quaker meeting after the election.
Wait,
again.
he come to Quaker meetings wearing it?
Yeah, wearing all his Jew
So he
stuff.
was a Quaker Jew?
Yeah, you can be whatever you want. Nobody cares. It's just chill.
Can you be a different religion?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. There's one guy came in and was talking about, so the whole service is you sit in silence and Yeah, you're going to understand why I do stand up. So you sit in silence, and then they're called facing benches. So they're just benches that face each other. And if you feel moved to speak, you stand up and you speak. So you can say anything you want. So some people would repeat like Bible verses, but we never studied the Bible really. It wasn't Bible heavy.
Did you ever say anything?
I would talk every time. Are you kidding me?
What would
I
you
used
say?
to have to try to not. My twin said that I would go on and I would be like, say something really profound. Like we'd be at
and then end it up with a cock joke.
No, I always want to go to like do my like, what do you call a black guy who walks in? So a black guy walks into a bar.
Quakerism.
But I would always say some bullshit.
Birthplace of fucking open micers. It sounds like.
I mean, kind of.
You can get time. There's always an audience.
But you can do whatever you want. I cursed in meeting before. You can do whatever you want. I said I had...
This sounds quite progressive as a religion.
It was progressive. It was definitely progressive, but...
Why do you think it's got this kind of... maybe this is only as Brits see it, but this kind of... I don't know, constructed ideology that's really old school, and it's a bit like being an Amish person or whatever. That's why I think...
People just, I don't know, they just relate it to that. I think probably because the oats, honestly. Because of his outfit on the oats, people are like, they're pilgrims or whatever. It's like, no, that was like...
Kind of, yeah. Fuck, it's the branding of those oats.
But yeah, the oats have done a lot of damage for my community.
Is oats like a sore point?
No, I don't care, but I had
Do you ever go around another Quaker's house and you're like, what do you want for breakfast? Oh, we got like cornflakes.
We get them free.
Don't you fucking say it, Steve. Free. Did you even say?
You show your Quaker card. No, I had a teacher in middle school called Mr. Jones, named Mr. Jones, who would call us all by nicknames. So there was a girl like Karen Dryer, and he called her Washer. You know, it was like any sort of pun he could think of, and he called me oatmeal, because I was a Quaker. So he did puns on their names or whatever. Yeast
infections.
And yeah, because I squirted my cottage cheese on him all the time. Boom! Don't you dare edit that out. I want you guys to feel that. I want you to put it in slow motion.
In fact, at that point of the podcast, I'm going to slow it to times 0.25 speeds, just for that one segment. I smothered him with my cottage cheese.
Is that what I sound like?
We're going to put you will at like 0.25 speed. Yeah. And we'll put like acid fucking flashback weird. It will be like inverted colors and stuff.
I like that.
It's gonna
could be my new brand.
Adult Swim
cottage
will pick
cheese.
It up for a fucking 8 episodes.
But
series.
It's only an 8-minute episode each week.
But when you slow it down, it becomes 22 minutes.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah,
it's
all
literally a quarter speed, so it goes down to 22-minute episodes.
And then John C. Reilly comes in jorts or something. Yeah, I feel like every Adult Swim John C. Reilly comes in.
Tim and
jorts.
Eric just turn up and slap each other in the face.
That stuff was crazy. I remember I was sick once when I watched Tim and Eric and being like, I hate this so much.
Yeah.
But then I really like it too. It's one of those things where I'm like, I feel uncomfortable.
Adult Swim has such a range, but it's the range from like very acceptable mainstream weird to potentially unwatchable.
Yeah, but I like. Do you ever watch Your Pretty Little Face Goes to Hell?
No.
It's about hell.
On Adult Swim.
Yeah. Do you know Henry Zabrowski, who's in Murder Fist and stuff? Oh,
no,
he's so funny. But he's in it. It's great. It's so disgusting though.
There's one episode where an animated series.
No, they're all just dressed in.
I'm watching
devils.
One who's a fucking demon slayer. Gary and his demons.
Oh, is that good?
I'm watching that. Fucking hilarious.
Was that on IFC? There's something on IFC that I saw, or maybe it was FX. I saw some preview for something where it was this woman with these fucked up teeth and she had a split tongue, which was kind of cool. I was like, I would watch that. I like
American
gore
horror.
and stuff.
Sounds like American Horror.
But American Horror Story, I always feel like they're trying to teach me a lesson or something.
I don't need a lesson from a fucking Netflix show.
I don't want a lesson.
Don't teach me a lesson. What's the lessons? Keep making comedy specials shorter and shorter so we can fit more of them on our platform.
Well, I almost like that too. I'm like, watch 3 minutes of my stand-up.
I think an hour of anyone's stand-up is actually too long.
Yeah.
I think comics, their optimal is about 40, 45 minutes.
Yeah, but the half hours aren't that bad.
Half hours is a good amount.
15s are good too. Anything that's like, I was talking to Nate Bargatze about this last night.
It's of me, but if it's of anyone else, I think it's terribly short.
Do you watch specials?
Not really. I watch some people. I went to see some stand-up the other day. I paid fucking $60. I went to see Chris D'Elia do a show at the Wilton.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I went down to see a show, yeah.
You paid $60 to see D'Elia? You could go to the comedy store any day.
I know, but I wanted to see the full hour, and it was a venue that I like and stuff.
Are you trying to get his vibe because you have the hair?
No, actually, me and him, he was meant to come on this podcast, and we were talking about it, and and then he's like ghosted. So, but I went to.
So you showed up. Did you sit in the front row?
No, fuck no.
As he's performing.
Why haven't you replied?
That happened to me once, dude. That happened to me once. I never go to tapings anymore because I always listen. I'm always in the cut. Every time they do the edit, I'm in it. So I went to Mike Lawrence, who I was like, not that I'm not friends with him now, but we were like, when we were doing Mike's, we were buds. And he got John Oliver was doing the stand-up New York's thing or whatever, or New York stand-ups. And so he was on that, and I went to the taping to support him, and they put me in the audience, and I was wearing bright red lipstick, and I think I just have a big face. I'm in every fucking cut. It's so embarrassing. I wish I was like looking at my phone.
I'm not embarrassed by that. I always sit at the back. I went to like Dave Smith's one, when the boys were doing that, and I sat at the very back. I'll always hide at the back. But I just like when I enjoy someone's stuff. So Chris's podcast, I've really enjoyed, and I really like.
Podcast?
Yeah, and I like. I'm very. I really like a few other stand-ups around him that they are clearly working together to help make each other more successful, like Brian Callen and Theo Von, Brendan Schaub, and all that. And so I actually...
Who is Brendan? I don't know Brendan.
He was an MMA fighter.
And he just started doing comedy?
And he started doing stand-up a few years ago. And he's actually solid. I've watched some of his stuff. He's funny.
Yeah. That's a hard thing to do, to come with an audience already.
Sure.
Like, it's easy in some ways, but then it's difficult.
Yeah,
to
it's
get
nice
good
to have fucking,
impressive.
I've got 100,000 people who want to know what I'm up to anyway. And also, because those worlds, Joe Rogan bridged those worlds so well for an audience. Like, MMA fans love podcasts, love comedy, love going to see stand-up.
Yeah.
It's very identifiable. Same with porn.
Yeah.
There's a big crossover there.
Yeah, there's always some hottie bitches at the comedy store.
Fuck yeah.
I'm always like, what do you do?
Podcast, every 3 podcasts has a porn actress on it, But anyway, so I went to see him because I thought I'm going to go and actually do what I want people to do to me when they like my shit and buy a ticket to a show, come and see it. And I like supporting comedy and I like seeing comedy, but I don't want to see it on a fucking Netflix special. I want to see it live.
He charges $60. That's pretty good.
Well, the ticket was $45.
Oh, $45.
And then it was like $15 booking fee for the venue. Then the venue, get this, a beer, PBR Tallboy. How much would you think they could get away with charging for that? It costs like what, $1.50 in the store?
Right, a PBR.
What do you reckon?
$8.
Maybe 100% markup, maybe $10.
Yeah.
Maybe $17.
That's amazing.
For one of those. And I drank 3 because I was super high when I got there.
And they're so watery too.
So watery. And
when I used to be a bartender and a waitress.
I spent like $100 that night on fucking Crystalia, and then he hasn't even responded to my text. Cunt.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he'll be listening.
I've whinged about it on a couple of podcasts, and if he hears about it, I think he can go, fair enough. Yeah, I ghost on that guy.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's just busy, but like.
So you're texting him and he's ignoring you?
He reached out.
We
were DMing on Twitter.
You guys were like, bro. We
were like, yeah. There was a lot of bros. There was a lot of, all right, dude, cool, buddy.
I feel like I have the same haircut as you guys too.
You know what? There's him, me. I saw a guy called Amir K the other day. Who He's all hair.
He's big hair.
He literally looks like a Middle Eastern, slightly older version of me. He's got more grey.
But he wears a hat.
He wears a cap, but he's got the same fucking look. Yeah. And then Crystalia posted a photo of some Canadian comic who looks like the spit of him as well.
Oh, really?
And I feel like it would be hilarious to just do like just call it the clone tour, and it would be all 4 of us.
I just want to see you guys just cut your hair and just be yourselves.
Yeah, we could play.
I'm sick of you guys hiding behind your hair.
Oh,
your hair guys.
I used to have short hair. I used to have like rockabilly quiff. I used to have like short hair and stuff. Do you want to see me with short hair?
I mean, sure. You're going for it. I can't say no now.
Yeah. Well, you said you want to see what it looks like.
Yeah, no, I want to see. But I want you guys to just give it up.
Why? Why do you hate?
Because I want you to be yourself.
Oh, fuck off. That is us. This is how we feel comfortable.
No, I wear hoops. I have to let people know where I came from, Philly.
There you go. No, we are. That is who we are. I don't understand why you would think that's why you struggle. There you go. Look, that's me with short hair.
Oh, you look totally different, dude.
Yeah.
You look like a different person.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might like it better.
What, with short hair?
Maybe.
Well, thanks. I'll take that to heart when I decide to
it's
do
less
my hair.
I mean, that's a
hairstyles
look.
based on
like,
what you fucking like.
I don't know. I'm here to let you know. I'm a savage snowflake here to let you know.
You are. You're allowed to have the opinion. It's all right. Well, I think these hipster glasses are a little bit fucking douchey.
Well, what else am I going to wear? What other glasses should I wear?
Glasses that don't make you look like a 45-year-old pedophile man. I look like a pedophile.
No, you don't.
Like a fucking
that was
pedophile.
my joke. When I first got them, I took a picture outside an elementary school. No, you look like David Koresh.
I don't know who that is.
He's the guy who did Waco, who had all those people dead. It was a cult, and the cops came and they tear gassed them, and they all died.
Nice. I wouldn't mind a cult.
All these kids died and shit.
Have you ever been? You got out of the cult that is Quakerism, but actually sounds pretty awesome. Or are you still a Quaker? Do you consider yourself a Quaker?
No, but I went to Quaker meeting. Every once in a while, I'll go to Quaker meeting.
Sometimes you Quake?
I just don't feel. I feel like I believe in God, sort of, and more of a DMT sort of.
Does he believe in you though? Do you think?
I think whatever.
If
I
there is
think it's
a-
a
if there
girl,
is a-
maybe. I don't know. I feel when I do DMT, there's some
She,
mother,
whatever.
There's
It's
some
a
motherly.
being.
I believe in something, right?
It probably
Like-
transcends gender for a start, because
Oh, for sure.
if
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
thing
Good point, good
created,
point,
you know,
good point, good
but
point.
whatever it is, if it's anything
point.
other than an energy
Right.
inside of us. And I can't discredit that there could be some kind of all-powerful being, because I don't
Right.
know what came before the explosion that created this universe.
Right.
So I'm
What
respectful
created
of
the
that.
explosion?
Yeah, exactly. I'm respectful of the idea that there could be an all-powerful
Right.
creation, but it's not a benevolent one.
No, I don't
there is
believe in,
if
like,
there is something
yeah.
like that, it's the amount of horrendous shit that happens to every creature.
The
that
Bible
is in existence.
seems a little wild to
Pretty
me.
fucking crazy, right?
Pretty
a lot of
wild.
sodomy and fucking
And
cousin
just stories.
fucking
But
and
have
murdering children. It's
Do you know about history? Are you a history guy?
I like a bit of history.
So I never learned anything. So I've been trying to learn about history now.
Do you listen? How do you do that? Through podcasts?
I've been
or-
listening to this podcast called Revolutions.
Okay, there's
That's
a few really good historical ones.
Well, give me some more too. And I just watch a lot of documentaries, and then I go on Wikipedia.
Right,
Like,
okay. Yeah,
you know.
See
I go
how
on the
much,
whole
what
thing.
exactly happened. Yeah,
Yeah, I go all the way back. But there's so many. Like every king had like a boy dancer they loved. Do you know what I mean? There's so much gay sex.
I mean, look at the Middle East.
It's unbelievable.
The Middle East now, Saudi Arabia, literally all those.
Yo, we're
princes,
all a little
Saudi
gay as
princes,
shit,
Well, they have these
dude.
hotels they own. I had a
Yeah.
comedian friends. You probably know comedians who've gone out and done shows out there. Fucking Russell Peters obviously being the most notable
Mm-hmm. Right.
that makes money out there. Brown skin, can make that
Right.
brown money. But these motherfuckers have billions and billions
Yeah.
and billions. A buddy of mine went out and did shows there. First of all, he got given a Rolex as a gift. Like
That's
at the end,
cool.
as he was leaving, they were like, "Stick a gift." He's already getting paid ridiculous
These are
amounts. to do a show.
Saudis?
And they're
Yeah.
like, okay, the prince would like, he was meant to do a 1 hour show, started himself, did like 15 minutes, got really good laughter. Every time the guy laughed or applauds, everyone in the room,
Oh, that's so
yeah, all this
crazy.
stuff. And then after 15, 20 minutes, the prince, he was literally halfway through a joke, just stood up and just went, thank you very much. Thank you very much. He just decided, okay.
Do they just have a lot of princes? I don't understand.
Yeah, tons. But because
How do
he's
you
like,
become a Saudi prince?
yeah, fucking oil money. I don't know. Inherit the
You, like,
title.
pay
You
for the
inherit
title?
You
Oh,
inherit
okay,
the title. Yeah. But it's all the most powerful families out there.
But when
this
I
guy-
went to London once, and I hung out with the Saudi guy. My friend
really?
kept talking
there was
about-
one prince that used to go to Mahiki
clubbing with him.
and he'd go clubbing, yeah, and he never drank himself or anything like that, but he used to like to buy, he'd spend like 50,000
It was weird. They spent
a
so
night.
much money on us.
Yeah,
It was
50 to
weird.
100,000 pounds a night. That kid owns, he's a socialite in the UK.
I don't know
especially
if it
around
was
Europe.
that guy. I don't know if it was him or
There's
just a
one guy
Saudi
who's
dude.
very famous for it. He's got a baby face, bit chubby.
Yeah.
And he's definitely gay, but not out.
Yeah.
He's not allowed to be out. But what they do, anyway, so he got up and just clapped
Yeah.
20 minutes in, and he just went, okay, and then walked out, and he was like, oh, I guess I'm done. Got paid his fucking huge fee anyway.
Yeah.
And then they take him to a room, they go, pick a gift, the prince would like to offer you a gift. And he goes, they're all wrapped. And he's like,
Yeah.
I don't know what anything is. Like, what should I? And the guy was like, my advice, go for one of the small things over
Yeah.
here. It's more likely to be jewelry, blah, blah,
I
blah.
want to go with an X-ray machine. and see
Fucking
what's in
whatever
all
it was,
those.
$200,000 or $150,000
Did he sell it
Rolex.
immediately?
Yeah, he sold it.
Fuck
and
that.
then
I don't
he
need a
also
thing.
said
I need money.
there was a hotel, and he talked to one of the guys who worked at the hotel, and apparently the princes have these hotels, and they'll have all their wives can have these luxury places at the top, and they will have their own floors and whatnot. And he said, but there's one floor that is like on a Thursday, they go down there and they fuck all these beautiful young boys. They just have these like young
Is it in the basement?
boys. It's not. It's like on the fucking whatever, the
13th floor?
107th floor.
Oh, it's all the way up.
But it's
69th
it's
floor?
where all these beautiful young boys that his confidants and his friends, but they're basically young guys that they fuck.
Yeah, I had a guy that I used to work at this restaurant in New Mexico, and he had all these young Mexican boys would come work for him. And I don't know if he did anything with them, but he liked having them around. And they were, I mean, I ended up banging all of them. But I worked with
You were the Saudi prince.
I Saudi princed them, but
Yeah.
but it was always, yeah. There's men with money like to just
Hashtag
have
me
boys
next.
around them. No, me first.
Me first.
I added mine first. But yeah, it was just.
It's a weird thing to
Interesting.
line up, but it's such an inherent part of. I think men are all a little homosexual, even if it's just 10%.
Yeah.
But we've got in history, you're right. The Greeks, the Romans, every major
Yeah.
civilization has
Well,
absolutely
you guys have
taken
such
their
strong
boy
sex
off with them.
drives too.
Oh, my liege, my armor boy who puts on my
Yeah.
armor and then also happens to trip and suck my
Yeah.
dick, on the night before battle.
Yeah. Oops.
Oops,
Now,
sorry, Sebastian.
He certainly did fall on my sword.
It's okay, sire. Anything to make you happy. You know what I mean?
I
Boom.
can't.
Goes
I'm
out
sorry.
there,
I'm so not helpful with the impressions.
dick in the face, Calling you sire. Call me sire.
Getting mushroom stamped.
Tell me what a little whore you are. Call me sire.
But I don't know, like, and then
Tell me
these
you're a
kids'
peasant.
whole lives are just to be at service, and then they age out, I guess.
Do you reckon there was dirty talk back in the 1600s?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, you're a fucking wench, aren't you? Tell me you're a wench.
And it's
I'm
just
a
a boy.
wench, my liege. I'm a wench. Tell me you work in the sop bucket.
Well, who was the guy? Don, was it?
I'm enjoying this way too
Wait,
much.
who was it?
Don Juan. In my country.
Wait, hold on.
In my country.
Let me see. Hold on.
I really want to voice. You've done voiceover in video games, actually, haven't
Yeah.
you? You played one of the protagonists in one of the main characters in Grand Theft Auto 5.
Well, I was had a radio station.
There you go. Yeah, you had a major channel. Yeah.
And JB Smooth. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Shout out to Laszlo. What's up, son?
Radio Laszlo, who never he couldn't deal with all of my. He didn't like how it appeared from my Instagram feed. He said it was intimidating to see me with women. And he was like, I can't even look at it, man. It's like too many girls. You hang out with too many attractive girls. I'm like, what?
What weird brag is this? This is like a double brag.
Yeah.
You're like, someone once
No,
said
he
a thing
like
flattering
unfollowed
to
me on. No, it wasn't flattering. It was more like
Why
was
didn't
like,
they just mute you? It was before muting.
There you go.
How great was it when you can mute people on when you
it.
found that? I was praying for it every day. I was like, can we just mute? Because it's so awkward if you unfollow someone that you know.
Yeah.
And you see them and it's not. I'm like, listen,
See,
it's
I like
not, I'm
having
not
that power
against
though.
you.
I prefer unfollowing them.
Well, now when you unfollow it sends a message. But I don't want to.
It sends a personal message.
I just sometimes it's just what you're doing is not what I want my day clogged up with.
Yeah.
And so it's not a
But people get upset.
thing.
One of my friends got really upset because I said some of her content was a bit fucking racist. I was just like, yo, I know this is meant to be humor, and it's just really repetitive. I hate this group of people. And I said, yo, maybe just fucking...
Like what? I want
Do
an
you hate
example.
people? Well, it was a lot of like very anti-white people. And all white people are dog shit. All
that's
white people are
annoying.
dog shit. And I just went like...
Is she white?
No, she's not.
Oh, okay.
And I was like...
Isn't that the most annoying though when it's like white people being like, listen, white people, you need to check. It's like, shut up. Check your own privilege. Get away from me.
Yeah, exactly. As the privilege, I can tell other white people what we need to do to be better.
There was some girl on Instagram talking about...
Write a fucking blog, you know?
She was like, she wrote on
Put
her
on
story,
Annie Lederman's glasses and write a blog.
She goes, this is, yes, very bloggy. But she goes, she's like, if you use those emojis, those hand emojis, and you use the black ones and you're white, you're damaging people. I'm like, shut up, first of all. What?
First of all, let's be honest. White people can't land cool handshakes, so you have to use a black
No,
fist
but I'm
if you
talking
wanna-
about in the
You know what I mean?
text. Yeah.
Just fucking strategically, a black fist is definitely going to make a better impact, a better thing than a white fist. I've seen white guys try and shake hands with black people. Never works out well. They always look awkward.
It looks bad.
They're apologetic.
Unless you're really good at it, and then that's cultural appropriation.
There you go.
Can't win.
You can't win. When can I use an emoji?
But it was just like, why is this white chick telling people what emoji to use? Just mind your own business.
I think I'm pretty certain because right now they have lots of like, they have the gay emoji where it's the two guys holding hands, or they have the females, to the lesbian one. They're going to have to come up with a gender non-specific emojis because at the moment it's just boys and girls. Eventually they're going to just have like,
or they're going to get rid of all of the genders.
Or they're going to get rid of all the genders. Yeah, they'll just be. We'll go back to just fucking, it'll be yellow people like The Simpsons.
I didn't mind the yellow. When
Bright
it was
yellow.
all yellow, it was
not
fine.
Racist Asian
But
yellow.
I think the yellow looked closer to white, so then it seemed racist to black
There you
people
go.
if they didn't have the thing.
It needs to be an orange.
It should be purple.
Purple. Is that well, that's quite dark.
That's black.
That's quite dark. That's black, isn't it?
Red is Indian.
Yeah.
Green?
Native American, yeah. Green.
Making fun of aliens?
Green could be good. No one's going to be green.
Green's the
Sick
one.
people.
Yeah, or making fun of
How dare you make fun of the terminally ill? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Someone would always be
Everything's crazy.
offended.
Oh, you know what I got in trouble for on Instagram?
Go.
Michelle Wolf posted a picture of her. She just got in GQ magazine. She got like one of the up and coming people of the year or whatever. And it's this picture of her and she looks really good.
Publicist.
But she looks good. She's got like this dress on and her leg is out. And it's a really high cut. And I just went, what a slut. I'm friends with her. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I go, what a slut. Because I know she'd appreciate that more than being like, you look fire. Like nobody that's so annoying. But so
it's funny.
I
It's a
did that
joke.
to her. Yeah. And it got all these likes and she liked it. And one guy was like, you're a jealous cunt or whatever. And then someone was like, I think she's just kidding. And, I thought it was funny.
they had an argument amongst
But
themselves.
then someone, I think, tagged it. And then I got a message from Instagram being like, this is hurtful content. I'm like, can you check to see if the person who's posted has liked it or not before you tell me whether it's hurtful content? I would never, like, that's so
it's
psycho.
Ridiculous, isn't it?
Also, it's like if you see that we work together.
You're not allowed to have
friends.
jokes with your friends anymore. That's not allowed because someone else who sees it might be offended.
It's so crazy. But I can't just write gorgeous. Come on, guys. We're comedians. Let's be better than that.
No, but you have to pretend like everything is, daisies and rainbows now.
Yeah.
Can't ever be honest.
But
that's why you live in LA now as well.
Yeah.
I do miss that East Coast kind of brutality.
Yeah, talking shit.
Yeah.
Well, when I first came out here, I made fun of my friend was going up after me.
Not being mean though.
What?
Not being mean.
No, it's ball busting.
Ball busting.
It sucks when people don't get it though.
Yeah, you were pretty mean to me at the beginning. I thought
you needed a lot. You needed a lot of attention.
little...
That I was in the middle of something and you were demanding me look up for my thing. And I was like,
when was this? First time
we were
met?
at the first time I met you. We were at the stand and I was like getting ready for my set and stuff. And you came up like, I swear to God, with this attitude, like you should know me. And I'm like, dude, we'll talk to you later.
Or did I just say hello?
It was a lot though.
What did I say?
The way
Hello.
it was, but it was no. You were like giving me shit for not looking up, and I'm like, I'm in the middle of something. I was like about to go up.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you need from me that I can't give you right now?
Just a little genuine polite.
But I was a little bit over. I was over everyone at that point.
Yeah.
I was not having it. After the election, I was like, everybody can suck my dick. I'm so over everyone talking to me. I just want to get my shit done.
It was a very depressing time. I remember watching it. We stayed up and watched it, and we were just like, "Oh, that happened." But I
marched and shit. I was like very much.
Sure, me too. But
I'm over it.
I knew he was going to get elected. If I'm honest.
Yeah.
Just people think that their little microcosm of the people they follow, the people they share stuff with, is what the world is, and they forget that there's a whole load of crazy, especially in this country.
I didn't think he was going to get elected. I was very surprised, but I mean, now I do think he.
You know what though? Thank God for comedy though.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, like we're not short of material on a weekly fucking basis.
No, dude. I feel bad doing.
I'd have to go back to talking about my personal life anymore.
I want people to like. I feel like people want to break. I'm like. I feel bad when I bring it up. And I feel like there's a responsibility.
You know
though.
why? Because I think
you have to be so funny.
It's also been such a tired subject matter now after 2 years of relentless stuff.
But also tell jokes. Don't tell people how they're supposed to vote or all of that shit. Like do it in a joke. You can expose both sides of things. You can make people laugh at themselves, but you have to make a joke.
Absolutely.
So I definitely in the beginning was guilty of. I got very preachy. Yeah. I was very angry. It was ridiculous.
When you're a white college educated woman, you have to be. It's your responsibility to be the most angry.
Right, but we're the most discriminated against group, white women.
It's really hard.
It's been hard for us.
It's super hard. You've got the white guys on your space. You're an ally to everyone. Fucking gay dudes love you.
It's been too much for us,
It's really hard.
Well, the whole thing is it's a lot because there's obviously truth to everyone's fucking pain and everything, but it's just like I just don't want to. I just don't want. I just
get your personal struggle.
I've just been through some real tough shit in my life, and I want to move forward, and I want to be happy.
You wanted a fucking Mercedes, and your dad got you a Toyota Prius, and that was kind of like a kick in the teeth.
Yeah, well,
because all the other girls at school are
going
to make fun of you. And
listen, I know the miles to Vanna is good. You're gonna knock a Prius.
I'm never knocking a Prius.
They're not that cheap, and
I wish I could afford a Prius. I had to buy a Toyota Corolla, 2001.
That's so embarrassing.
Super embarrassing. It's just
especially when you come out with your top hat and all your jewelry.
Yeah, and then get into that.
But don't you think it's funny? I always think it's funny seeing a Dane Cook or these guys that are really rich and they get these fancy cars and then they have to bend down. They're getting older.
Does he have like a Lamborghini, does he?
Yeah, and they're getting older and now they have to bend down. He's not there quite yet, but it's in the next 10 years, this is going to start getting humiliating.
Surely he's doubled over anyway under the weight of all that guilt of stealing people's material. I would assume that's probably...
Didn't he steal more of the essence?
To bear.
He got called out for... doing parallel thoughts. I feel like his wasn't that bad. I feel like the Carlos Mencia thing was very
Carlos Mencia was awful.
Specific.
He word for word would steal openers, jokes.
And Dane Cook was probably one of those people.
And do them on stage in front of those people.
I bet you Dane was one of those people that didn't watch other people's comedy.
Yeah.
And didn't even know.
He was on MySpace doing adverts.
Yeah, he was killing, dude. He had that symbol with his fingers.
Yeah.
I think that I would never make fun of him now. He still does well. I'm like... when those people turn...
I think until I've met someone and spent time talking to them, I won't make a decision about what
I met him before. He wasn't great to me, but it's not... I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I really feel like comedy's missing its allegiance to each other. Comedians should stop being so... It's fun to bust balls and talk shit behind people's backs, but this public taking down of people to me is yo, we're comics. This all affects what we do.
Yeah,
and I would hope there was some allegiance that people would.
But that's what I was saying about those groups. When I see them working together and becoming successful and helping each other out, I hate the worst thing ever is when if someone hits me up and goes, "Yo, I saw you do this venue. Could I get an email or a contact or something?"
So
I'll always give that to them if I know them.
Who are they though? They're randos or they're people you know?
Comics that I know, people that I'm aware of.
Of course, you have. Listen, I help funny. I
don't reluctantly give that contact, thinking, "Oh, they're going to take my spot," because I go, "They're not
Why
me.
would you think
they're not
that?
me?"
That's
no, but
crazy.
a lot of comics do. A lot
They're
of comics
so
you ask,
competitive.
and you go, "Hey, can I get a contact for something? Or do you mind doing an intro?" And they go like, "Oh, you know what, man? Don't really know them." Or actually, "Oh, no, sorry, I didn't book it." Or
it depends on whether they want. If they want a
there.
rec from me, it's I got to have seen. People have the balls to ask when I've never seen them perform for recommendations. For
that's
things
crazy.
And stuff.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just like
a lot of it's just so weird because I'm helpful, so I'll help. Like I'll come to you, I promise.
Yeah.
If I see something in you and I want to help you, I've got a little manager in me that wants to.
Sure.
Because I want funny to win. So if I see something funny, I want more funny out there.
Yeah.
And I'll help people out if I can and get them what I can. But people, they'll take advantage a lot too. I was on my friend.
Well, you have to understand when to say no, but there's someone who's you have a relationship with. And this is not about you. I'm just corroborating your gripe, which is I feel like there's a lot of very desperate people in entertainment, and they find it very difficult to put aside their own insecurities and their own desperation long enough to go, this person is no threat to me. And actually, by being someone who helps others within this industry, funny people.
Why would you not help funny people? There's no reason to not help them.
Because people are very
But they're people that don't
selfish
that
and
do
scared.
that do not do comedy often. That do not. I've never seen do well. I've never possibly even seen perform. They're people that I'll meet in passing. They've never been funny in a conversation with me. There's never been anything. And then they look at me like I'm a list of things.
Yeah.
And I want some of those things you have. Can I have some of those things? And it's like, when in my life and my career did I fucking ask someone to give me a thing?
Those people have a lack of social awareness. But it's because they can't even understand what level of relationship they have with you, what understanding you have of their comedy.
No, they don't understand that the answer to all of your problems is sit down and write a joke. Every time I'm depressed, every time I'm worried about money, every time I'm worried about anything, it's like the answer is write a new joke. That's the thing that makes you feel better about fucking everything. It gets you closer to money. It helps your confidence. It'll help your act. It's always the answer.
Sometimes it's working out as well. Exercise makes me feel great.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but I'm not in a fucking competition. I'm not lifting weights for my living.
I'm just saying you
could. But sure, no, you could exercise. Yeah, endorphins, it helps. But it's I'm
not going to lie and say that my answer to everything is comedy. Sometimes I as someone who's has a deep love and connection to comedy, sometimes I know the places where I have to just let that be a creative process that I do, and it doesn't have to relate to every aspect. But I'm just saying it on a personal level. Probably because depression often doesn't make me want to be funny in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
I find it hard to go, all right, a gag about this now. I'm like, I actually want to just find a way to immediately take myself out of this place.
Really? I always am like, I'll get depressed and I want to perform, but I'm telling you, one new tag fixes everything for me.
Yeah.
Just one new word that switches it up. Because you get so bored with your set. That's always where my
That's
shit
true.
comes
Yeah.
I get so miserable.
But as long as you're putting in new bits I feel like every 3 months, as long as new stuff is being rolled.
Well, I don't know about you, but I always get stuck because I do the sets at the Comedy Store the most, so it's 15-minute sets, and then so I'll have like the joke I always open with, and then I kind of do
maybe a solid
similar
closing bit, and then you'll mix it up in a minute.
But then I get kind of stuck. I'll start to feel like I'm just rehearsing lines.
Sure.
And then it doesn't feel good, so I have to switch some stuff up. But like last night, I hadn't performed because I've been away for Thanksgiving. I hadn't performed for a while, and my set felt so creaky.
Yeah. Well, as soon as you have like a few days off, see, that's a problem you don't really have in New York City because we'll end up doing 4 shows in a night.
Yeah.
Whereas out here, I've definitely felt that you go, oh God, I haven't done stand-up for a week.
Yeah.
And people think it's not that long time, but it feels like a lifetime.
It's forever. That's why I moved back because I'm finally able to get as many spots here as I was in New York. Like, maybe not as many, but
sure. You can work every night now.
They work me a lot. So
yeah.
I was just like, I don't have to suffer through
Are you a regular at the
anymore.
store now?
Yeah, I've been a regular since.
Is your name up on the wall?
Yeah, I got a really good spot. It's right when you're walking by the entrance. It's like right on the corner. So
nice.
It's great because my brother's friends will be in town and stuff. And
they'll go and take a photo,
yeah. It's cool. But yeah, no, I got passed in 2013.
Nice.
I got passed there.
Were you from here originally then?
No, I started in New York. I'm from Philadelphia. I started in New York. and I went to school in New Mexico. I was in New Mexico for 7 years. Then I moved to do stand-up in New York. And I ended up being there for about 4 years. Then I moved out here, maybe 3 years. I did Montreal, and then I moved out here. And I was doing Chelsea lately.
I forget how many. Oh yeah, that was another show you were on as well. I forget how many years people have been doing stand-up, out here.
Yeah.
A lot of the people that I know, I go, oh, they seem like young. You're a young woman. And I'm like, oh, she might have only been going like 4 to 6 years or something.
Oh, I hope that's not what you feel about my act.
No,
she knew. That's so funny. You're like, ugh.
No, it's not about the act. Plus, I know some comics who've been going 4 years and are fucking incredible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, I'm just saying, I go like, oh, okay, because I've been going, I think it's now 7 years.
Yeah.
I just go, oh, a lot of people might have started around the same time.
Right.
I'm like, no, these motherfuckers started when they were 18 and they're now 34.
Well, I started when I was 25. I quit drinking. I moved to New York, quit drinking, started doing comedy like 5 times a night immediately.
Yeah.
Just everything.
What pushed you into that? What was the impetus that made you go, right, fuck it, this is it. I need to do this.
To actually get on stage rather than just thinking about it.
Because 25, that's so you've lived a bit. You've got some worldly wisdom, hopefully, under your belt.
Well, a couple things. There was an Adam Sandler movie was in town when I was living in Santa Fe. There was an Adam Sandler. They have a tax break for movies, so movies come in. An Adam Sandler movie came into town, The Longest Yard. I don't know what year that was, but I met Nick Swartzen was on there.
Yeah,
and I don't know if he even knows
he
it's
hangs
me.
out in a bar here in LA. Sits at the end of the bar, and I've said hello to him a couple of times. He seems like a nice enough guy.
Well, I don't know. I mean, he was nice to me then. I've never talked to him about it.
He's at the Cellar as well. He's performs down at the Cellar.
So, but he, I don't know. You just like meet. I met him, Sandler. Like I met the people, and it became a little bit more real to me. Where I went, oh, okay.
But had you previously always been like, oh, that's an itch I want to scratch?
I just like learned how to be funny to get out of shit,
Okay, yeah.
So my dad's real funny. So I just was always class clown, making people laugh, getting in trouble. Mm-hmm. Not able to do regular stuff, but I was I used to be like a special ed teacher, and I did stuff like that instead. But I just wanted to do comedy.
And children with special needs are hilarious, aren't they?
They are. They really are funny.
Fucking a riot.
They were funny as shit. But I'm like wiping asses. You gotta have a sense of humor when you're doing that.
Yeah.
But I ended up going to New York, and I wasn't really. I guess I hadn't really done anything. I was staying on my friend's couch, and I came here with the intent to do stand up. And then I was just drinking and sleeping on my friend's couch, and she finally was like... So
you were like most stand-ups.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they do.
And I was sleeping on her couch up until a year ago still.
Yeah.
But she was like, you got to do something. This is crazy.
Yeah.
You can't just lay here. This is ridiculous. And then I also had a therapist who recommended this audio self-help book. He gave me these CDs. And it was this guy, Brian Tracy. It was called Goals. And I listened to it, and it was all about not making excuses and stuff, and just, putting your goals down and stuff. And so I wrote all my goals down, and they were so embarrassing. It was all about he always said, don't have self-limiting beliefs. So when you're writing down your goals, just say them in a positive present tense, but anything you want, don't be embarrassed. So I was so humiliated writing these things I wanted down. So I would write 10 a day.
Yeah.
And then you're just focusing on that. And finally, I quit drinking and was able to just do stand-up. And then I just...
How long ago was that you quit drinking?
January 20th, 2009. So that was my first
open mic. Oh, that's great.
Mic.
Yeah.
So that was my first open mic. So I'm almost 10 years now.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's impressive. Well done.
But thank you. But it's easy when you take it, because I started comedy the exact same day I quit drinking, so it was so much easier for me than I think other people, because I had this.
I drink less and less and less now, and being out here helps.
Yeah, because you have to drive,
and also just like there's just not that same drinking kind of culture that there is in New York or London.
But that's how I felt in New York when I moved from Santa Fe. I was like, nobody drinks like I do. It was embarrassing. I was I always felt like I was going to fall in the subway. I was going to fall in the train.
4 a.m. in the morning. There's always some bar you can go into and have a little lock in and fucking get hammered.
Yeah, I had a British friend I actually met on a bender.
That's where you meet us. That's where we exclusively meet.
We were in Brooklyn. We were in Williamsburg. I met him at this bar, the Stone Hill.
Right.
Stone Hill. Something that doesn't exist anymore.
Something that sounds super
But
English.
But it was right off the Bedford Ave.
The Stone Vale.
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
And my friend was sitting next to me. I was meeting up with a friend to talk about something. And this British guy kept trying to talk to me. Mm-hmm. And I was so over it. I was like, fucking you're so Brits. Annoying. Your fucking worst, accent. We get it. And then he was like, I think he said something like, I don't think I'll ever be in love. And he like put his head down, and I was like...
He sounds like a cunt.
It was so ridiculous.
I don't think I'll ever be in love.
It was so annoying. And then, but I ended up...
Even I hate him.
But then I ended up loving him. But so then we went on this bender for like 2 weeks. And
you ended his up dad was as a friend, or did you hook up?
I hooked up with him, but I love him as a friend.
There you go.
He does propose marriage to me a lot, but... Sorry, buddy. I haven't talked to him in a sec, but we used to FaceTime all the time. He FaceTimed me during the election. He was like, now you know I really want to marry you because I don't want a green card. But he's like, I don't want your shit country.
Exactly. I mean, we were so happy though, because we'd done Brexit and everyone in the world was like, you fucking idiots.
Yeah.
England, you idiots. And then America were like, we just elected Donald Trump. We were like,
were you pro-Brexit?
Thank you. No. Anti-Brexit. Well, I mean, I don't
really understand
I was very pro, there needs to be some changes in how the EU controls our laws and governance, but Brexit wasn't the right
and
decision.
how has it fallen now?
No one can work out the deal, and no one has.
So nothing's changed yet.
Everyone who is, it's going to go through, but everyone's like scrambling to try and come up with a plan of action of how to make it work and get the trade deals down, and it's just not happening.
Was it older people that voted? Was that what it was?
Yeah. Both my parents, including my immigrant Romanian mother, voted for Brexit.
Is that what Melania is?
No, she's not Romanian. No.
What is she?
I don't know, she's further east. She's
I don't
know. Ukrainian. I think she's Ukrainian.
She's a pretty lady.
She's hot, but I mean, dead inside, right? You got to be fucking soulless at this point.
I think she killed it. She did it. She's like, wasn't she like a call, like a? Is
like
that just a rumor that she was like an
escort?
Was she an escort?
I mean, she's just a hot Russian. She was probably a
she
model.
made it. Like, think of her village. Like,
she's done great.
It.
Yeah.
So she probably's like, she has to put up with this shit, but she doesn't. She made it.
If she was back in the Ukraine or in Russia or wherever the fuck she's from, she would be with some guy. She would definitely be with a wealthy guy, but he'd be like a big aggressive Russian dude and probably not treat her the best, I would assume. Instead, she went, all right, I'll be with that kind of guy, but I'll do it with a mushroom dick in fucking America.
And the most money.
Ended up becoming the most powerful man in this country.
It's so crazy.
And he has,
Do you ever watch Kyle Dunnigan's Instagram stories?
No.
Oh, he does impersonations of like the Kardashians. He uses one of these things where he puts
their
faces over them,
face,
and he had one where Trump was talking to Melania about that jacket. It's so funny, and she just read it wrong.
I'm gonna look it up. This is on his Instagram.
Oh my god, he's the funniest. It's the funniest Instagram, I think.
Nice.
He's brilliant. It's so funny.
Him and Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, him and Mark Wahlberg, but I don't follow him. But what does Mark talk about? God a lot?
I just aspire to be better. 4 a.m. I woke up at 4 a.m., went to the gym, did 2 hours in the gym, then spent an hour praying. Gave thanks to God. You got to do it. Hashtag blessed. Hashtag aspire to be better. Gonna go and see my children for 2 minutes.
The way your jaw goes slack when you're trying to do an American accent,
it's just
looks
Mark,
like Joe DeRosa.
It's Marky Mark.
It's like how Joe talks.
Marky Mark. That's how it is. Just aspire to be better.
It's
just
so
love
weird,
Jesus.
isn't it? Isn't it so weird?
He beat the shit out of a man with a metal pole once. He got arrested for it. He beat the shit out of someone with a metal pole, and now he's like,
got anger problems.
Aspire to be better.
Well, he's from Boston, he's one of those.
But he's finding his coping mechanisms,
But people are very much this. Like Jada Pinkett Smith has this whole thing where it's called like the Red Table or something, and it's the Smith family does a round table chatting about. I mean, it's just such a weird thing that's happening where everyone's so exposed, myself included. I will talk about all this personal shit, and then I'm like, ew, people can hear the worst thing that ever happened to me while they're like on the treadmill.
Yeah,
people are like, gross, like, and it's my own fault. I'm doing it, I
had on the previous episode we talked about anal sex stories gone wrong with Josh Sadamais, and it was pretty gross what we both shared. And someone's going to be on their lunch break tucking into a fucking tuna salad, tuna niçoise salad, and as that bit of broken egg goes in their mouth with a nice little creamy sauce, bam! I'm going to be talking about shit everywhere.
They're going to come everywhere.
They're going to fucking come so hard.
So hard.
The hardest.
I feel like podcasts come to anal sex a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we like to explore the most extreme things that have happened to us a little bit in podcasts. I like there being a balance. I want people to empathize.
Is it about and to
relate.
What are you talking about? Like your shit coming out when their dick comes out, or what?
Yeah, no. I mean, I was talking about like having sex with a girl, anal sex with a girl, and we were both very high, and she wasn't ready. It wasn't a bad time.
Oh, she should have
prepared a little, and it got a bit messy, and I freaked the fuck out. It was just like a one night stand. I jumped out the window and ran away while she was in the bathroom cleaning up.
Did you ever talk to her again?
I saw one of her friends at a fucking show. I was backstage at a friend's music show in the UK, weirdly, fucking 5-6 years later.
Yeah.
And this girl came up and got introduced to me, and I was like, hi, how's it going? She was like, oh, you know my friend? You met her at Snowboarding Festival. I went, I met a lot of people. I was DJing, I was high a lot.
Oh,
and she was
DJ.
like, oh yeah, you fucked her in the ass. You remember you fucked her in the ass, you jumped out of a window? Do you remember? And I was like, Oh, that girl. Yeah. Is she okay? How's she? She went, yeah. She doesn't talk negatively about you.
Why couldn't you just go out the regular door if she was in the bathroom?
I freaked out. I was high as fuck. I didn't know what was going on. I just wiped
What were you high on?
Like lots of drugs. Ketamine, MDMA.
Oh, I love ketamine.
Yeah.
Ketamine helped me.
Oh, I won't touch any of those drugs anymore.
Ketamine is like, they use it for PTSD.
Sure, they use it for lots of different things, but it also can fucking kill people and send you crazy. Also, it attacks your bladder and your liver, and it's irreplaceable damage.
But you wouldn't do. I mean,
what's it called?
If you're doing it, the doctors aren't going to give you the amount that would do that, and you're not going to do it that often.
Sure, but also if you're doing it with, sure. I mean, it's a very dangerous drug for your body, and if you mix it with alcohol, it's like this friend died from it with mixing with alcohol.
Let me see her.
That's Louise, my mate Louise. No, it's Louise. Is it a dude? No, it's a little.
No, I wasn't. I said girl, and then
You're such a mean cunt. I don't understand why you're gonna be like that.
Dead friend.
What's going on with you, Annie Lederman? What can people check you out in right now? What would you like them to check out?
I was just in a movie called The Long Dumb Road.
Nice.
Written and directed by Hannah Fidel. It stars Jason Mantzoukas and
Annie Lederman.
My friend Tony from Well, I'm not. I'm only in it, but I'm in it for just a little bit. But I play Ron Livingston the guy from Office Space.
Okay.
I play his wife.
Nice.
Yeah. Pretty cool. So I'm in that. That's out in theaters now. And then you can still hear me on Grand Theft Auto. I wrote on the Sacha Baron Cohen show.
Nice.
You can get that on Showtime.
And if they want to check you out live, which is what I encourage every listener to do, is to go and see guys live, because that's going to be the best.
I'm always at the Comedy Store. I'm at the Comedy Store about 4 times.
Comedy Cellar regular back in New York City as well. If you want to check it out on Instagram,
I'm actually not passed at the Comedy Cellar.
Oh, do you not?
I never auditioned.
We never auditioned there. I thought you were passed there.
No, I never auditioned.
That's
but
weird.
I will. Bonnie was just talking to me about it.
Oh, there you go. Great.
I'll go.
Bonnie's she's a woman who helps women in her industry. Like, she helps other comics.
Yeah, Bonnie and I always help each other with stuff.
I love her. I love her anyway. I think she's a wonderful person.
She's amazing.
But and I love Rich Ross as well.
Yeah, they're great.
But I'm like in awe of and also amused by their relationship, because Ross is so old school and she's so identifiably part of a sort of strong feminist movement within comedy. Or at least,
I think just being a funny woman, you kind of get in it.
Sure, but she's quite vocal about
she goes back
supporting
and forth,
women and blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, of course.
But she not to
she
say
had that.
Not
she
to
had
say,
the
by the way,
documentary.
she won't actively. Yeah, but that's a hilarious. That's a great documentary. That film.
I think
Women Aren't Funny is very, and also Voss. That was a big part of her and Voss together. It's their story more than it is about women in comedy necessarily. But it's but she will absolutely call out dumb fucking female behavior. Which is great. But yeah, I love that I can just see them having conversations, just going, we should never talk about gender or politics or equality, because there will never be a time.
Yeah, but I think Rich is softening.
Yeah.
She's softening. Well, he's got
Rich. Daughters, hasn't he?
I think that
I
just feel like everybody needs to be in a fucking healthy relationship and be able to talk about this shit, because a lot of the gender stuff, you're having trouble seeing it from other people's. Yeah,
people are not actually talking about how they feel.
I remember when I was freaking out after the election and very anti-men and so mad. I'm really don't feel that way now. But my friend from Santa Fe, who never went online, she just lives on a farm. She didn't go online at all. She was like, you have to understand, we need friend. Yes. But she's like, it's a yin yang, you need both things, and you need to try to understand the other side. You can't just live, not to say that gay is bad or anything, but I'm just saying you need a balance of
Quakers,
things.
Secret homophobes. I knew it.
Yeah, I hate them.
Knew it.
Well, we actually Underground Railroad. That was us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard a lot about slavery in Quaker school, because they had to keep. I've been trying to do a bit about it where they had to tell you about it a lot, because black people.
That's how they broke out.
Well, black people aren't going to be like the Quakers, but the Quakers are like, we got to keep reminding people we were a part of this for their goodwill.
Yeah.
But no, she was saying that there needs to be a balance and stuff. That was actually very important for me to hear, because I forgot. You get so wrapped up in your own shit.
Yeah.
And you dehumanize an entire gender. But then she got a job online recently, this year, and she was talking about, she was mad at her husband. He fucked her car up somehow, and she goes, fucking white male privilege, fucking up cars or whatever. And I went, why are you saying white male privilege? What are you talking about? You were the one that helped me with this. And she was like, and I go, oh, you have the fucking job online now. So now she's online, and it's like a disease. It really is a disease. It's making, I always say it's like my dad, Peeps, the marshmallow chick things that they have on Easter?
Don't, but
okay, well, it's a marshmallow treat that they have on Easter.
Right, okay.
And my dad would always put them in the microwave and they would expand and get giant.
Nice.
Right? I don't know why he felt like he was eating more marshmallow. So I always say like the internet is like the peep in the microwave. Like it seems so big, but if you just relax and don't react to it that way, it'll get back to the regular size.
It's also amazing if you just leave something for like 2 weeks. Just go, I'm just going to not respond or care about this for 2 weeks. It's amazing how there's so much shit.
If you respond, you get in trouble. Isn't that such a weird, it's a weird message to, if you accept responsibility and apologize, you get in trouble for it. And if you ignore it and never mention it, you do not get in trouble.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Or it goes away or whatever.
Or with time. Time is a great healer.
But you can't, once you apologize, you're fucked.
Yeah. If you go like, hey, I fucked up.
Just a weird thing. Everyone getting in trouble is weird too.
People are offended.
One's allowed to have an individual thought, and that's really dangerous and scary.
Online court, though, isn't it? It's that online fucking dishing out of online justice, and it's literally these people going, "I don't really have any impact in anyone's life in reality, and now I can impact the life of a huge fucking star," and it's that power that people get off on. I wish they would just
and you can project all of your upset from whatever happened to you onto them. You know, a lot of people have a lot of trauma and a lot of shit that went down, you know, and they project it. But, you know, I think it's important to make your bubble small again a little, you know, and try to work on your own shit because everything's very weird and nosy and everyone else's business. And it's just, I don't know. And I'm a part of it. I'm not even saying I'm above it or anything. But it's just, it's an odd.
We need to focus on the funny.
Let's just be funny. Not that I was very funny on this, but...
You have been funny on this, and you've been insightful, and it's been an interesting conversation. I've enjoyed it. I like these podcasts. It gives me a chance to get to know people that I don't necessarily know that well in the world of comedy, a little deeper, have a better understanding of them, and I've enjoyed it. It's been nice, Annie Lederman.
Is this the end?
This is the end, yeah. We're at like 1 hour, 10 minutes.
I just wasn't sure if you were ending it.
I'm wrapping it up.
Okay, cool. You did your wrap-up voice.
It was a pretty... succinct and nice ending, I think.
Yeah, it was a good ending. Thank you.
And if you guys want to check out Annie Lederman, make sure to find her on social media, on Instagram and Twitter. It's just at Annie Lederman, right? ANNIE and then LEDERMAN.
LEDERMAN, yeah.
There you go. And she puts details of all her shows and stuff like that up on there. Obviously, check out the writing on the new Sacha Baron Cohen thing. The show, which is this is America, right?
Who is America?
Who is America? Sorry, I'm getting mixed up with the fucking Donald Glover
cool
music video. And then, and then also the movie that's now in cinemas is called
Long Dumb Road.
Long Dumb Road. So go and check that as well and support her out on that too. That's it.
Cool.
Thanks for coming in. Lots of love. Have a wonderful fucking holiday season. Yes. I love you, savages. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe, all those good things. Hit the notification bell, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, savages. Goodbye.